Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. What's up with the energies of December 2025? I can't stop but pause just for a moment and say, I've been doing this podcast since 2018. So going into 2026, it will be my 8th year, and I love every minute, and I hope you do also. This month, December, it is a month of completion, integration, and sacred illumination. As 2025 comes to a close, December arrives like this luminous bridge between worlds, a sacred pause between what has been and what is about to begin. And I'm wondering if you're feeling that. It is the final movement in a universal 9 year, and how we get that is taking 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So at the universal 9, this is where everything we've learned, things that we've healed, things we've released, things we've integrated begins to crystallize into wisdom, and we start fresh. Those things that we don't want to bring along are getting pushed incredibly intensely to the surface to leave behind. This is not a time of rushing into the new, but it is a time of listening deeply, consciously to that pulse of the universe as it guides us towards rebirth. This is a natural cycle that we're in, and this is being in the flow. Now, in the numerology of December 2025, 12/3 in a universal year, and how we get that is it's the 12th month, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So it is carrying the sacred vibration of 12. It's a number that is woven into the very architecture of creation. 12 marks the rhythm of divine wholeness. It reflects the 12 zodiac signs, guiding cosmic cycles, the 12 months of the year, shaping our time here on earth that measures a year. It also is reflective of the 12 energetic helices of our spiritual DNA. Now, I've just released my book, The 12 Helices, so I'm super excited about this 12th month because it is a number of sacred order and completion, the template through which the universe expresses balance, harmony, and divine design. When we reduce 12, 1 plus 2, we get the number 3. That's the number of joy, creation, expression. It's a reminder that wholeness naturally gives birth to creativity and to light. Now, the frequency of 12, or 3, is also the energetic foundation of my book, The 12 Helices, Awakening the Living Codes of Light. So just as the zodiac, the calendar, and the cosmos move in divine symmetry, so too do we. Each helix within us represents a strand of wisdom, potential, and remembrance of who we truly are. And the 12 helices are not abstract metaphors. They are vibrational keys to higher consciousness, guiding us to embody divine order within our own energy field. So as we step into the end of this universal 9 year, the vibration of 12 reminds us that everything exists in completion before new creation. We are invited to align with the same divine geometry of the cosmos, to remember that we're not separate from the cosmos, but we're living expressions of its sacred design, here to bring joy, expression, and creation into physical form. So the 12 placed inside the universal 9 year, the 3 energy of December brings creativity. It brings a creative completion, a final opportunity to celebrate our growth and express our truth before a brand new cycle begins. So some of the themes of 12, this 12th month within the 9 year frequency, is about integration of lessons from the past 9 years, joy and creative self-expression as spiritual acts, gratitude as a frequency that anchors abundance, It's completion of contracts, karmic loops, and timelines. It's a synthesis of heart and mind wisdom. This is the final breath before the universal 1 year of 2026. And we get that by taking 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. That's a 1 year. And this is the beginning of a new 9-year cycle. We stand on the thresholds between the worlds, finishing one book, so to say, while feeling the first pages of the next book. So let's talk about the energy of December. And then we'll get into each individual zodiac sign and what it means to you. So first, we jump into December. December 4th, we have a full moon in Gemini. And the theme of that full moon is about integration. Of course, the full moon is about illumination. And Gemini is all about the power of words. So this final full moon of the year rises at 13 degrees Gemini. And that's illuminating the realms of communication, curiosity, and perception. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and that turns our attention to the stories we've told ourselves throughout the year. It invites us to rewrite them with new wisdom and not with fear. We have a sun in Sagittarius, and that opposes this moon in Gemini, and that's about balance between fact and faith, logic and intuition. And then at the same time, we have Saturn in Pisces squaring both luminaries, the moon and the sun. And this is about truth demanding maturity and compassion, and knowing that our words and the impact of truth have weight in our life and weight in the lives of other people. And lastly, we have Venus in Scorpio, and that just adds some more depth and honesty to every exchange that we have. Now, we're just coming off of the Mercury retrograde. And so this is also contributing to this goal motion and this forward movement that the universe is pushing us into. So this full moon acts like a cosmic mirror, revealing how communication has shaped our relationships and, of course, our reality. It's allowing those old stories to dissolve and say, I'm done telling them anymore. Every time we tell an old story, it re-imprints us. And that's maybe not what you want to be doing. This is about new and new truths. And this is crystallizing into the future of 2026. It's accumulation of mental clarity and heart integration, not seeing separation between heart and mind, but using them both in balance. The final downloads happen at this time before the year ends. Now, the spiritual opportunities are closure through speaking truth or writing what's been unsaid. And I find it interesting as we go into December and a lot of holiday gatherings and a lot of family get-togethers that this might be the time that families bring up truths or unwritten things, not all bad, but bring them up into the light. This is also a time about releasing the need to understand everything mentally and trusting sometimes the mystery in why things happen or why they don't happen. This is also a time of integrating dualities, integration of light and shadow, past and future. Doesn't have to be one or the other, but how do we come together and balance and integrate both of them? Now we jump ahead to the new moon. That's new moon in Sagittarius. That's December 19th. And the theme for that is vision, freedom, and the fire of truth. So at 28 degrees Sagittarius, Sagittarius is sitting right at the line of a sign change. So it's a powerful one. So this new moon arrives as the phoenix moment of the year. It's a rebirth through vision and belief. The sign of Sagittarius is I aim. It's the archer that's aiming his arrow. And so this is so close to the solstice. Its fire is both cleansing and it's initiating. We are invited to set intentions for 2026 that stretch far beyond maybe what you're thinking or believing, but also are more aligned to your soul's highest truth. So other astrological highlights that happen at that same time that contribute to this fiery forwarding energy is Jupiter is in Cancer, and that trines that new moon, and that's about emotional expansion and faith in new beginnings. So not only will you set intents, but you'll have faith and a different sort of passion to go forward with your beliefs. Now, Neptune is also in Pisces, squaring the new moon, and that's about visions will be anchored in reality, discerning fantasy from truth. Neptune's watery, and sometimes Neptune casts this film over our eyes or this curtain over the reality or the truth. But this new moon is anchoring us and pushing us to see beyond the curtain and to really sink into the truth and not the fantasy or the mystery behind it. So this new moon really opens the door to the universal one energy that awaits us in 2026. It is the spark of adventure, faith, cosmic alignment, and it is a call to expand our beliefs and dares us to dream bigger than before. The opportunities at this time are setting intentions for 2026 because this will be pushing you to root those intentions in our truth and not fear, reclaiming hope after a year of some really, really intense transformations, really some intense losses and changes and learnings and wisdom that's been gathered. This is a time about reframing your beliefs to reflect your expanded consciousness. You cannot have gone through 2025 without growing. I believe this new moon opens a gateway, and then within that gateway, there is the winter solstice, which is another gateway. So it's a gateway within a gateway on December 21st. The theme is the return of light and the birth of inner illumination. We know that on December 21st, we celebrate the Festival of Lights. This is where we start to gain more daylight each day in the northern hemisphere. The solstice is always a portal. It's a moment when the sun stands still and the wheel of the year turns towards light. In 2025, this is especially potent. The sun enters Capricorn while Pluto lingers at 29 degrees Capricorn, the final degree of its 15-year journey through this sign. So astrological highlights are the sun entering Capricorn. This is about grounding vision into form. Pluto then sitting at that 29 degrees Capricorn. It's the final push and the final purge of outdated structures, rebirth of collective power. And then we have Mars in Leo trining the sun. And that's about confidence and creative courage. And these things are ignited in us. We're beginning to see the light into the future, the illumination of our dreams of what 2026 and beyond could be. And then lastly, we have Saturn and Neptune sitting in Pisces. And this is going to bring up more of our compassion and more of our hope and faith to anchor into this transitional time period. Energetically, this solstice is a turning of ages. Pluto's final breath in Capricorn reminds us to release fear-based authority and reclaim our inner sovereignty. As the light returns, so does clarity. Not a harsh light of ego, but a gentle radiance of soul purpose and understanding and feeling, I'm finally here. I'm aligned. I can see what is ahead. Now, the opportunities of winter solstice, energetically and spiritual, are anchoring in intentions for 2026. And this is about embodied action, not just thinking or dreaming, but really starting to put those things into action. I would say this is a great time to perform any year-end clearing rituals that you might have, such as smudging your home, moving your altar, cleansing your altar, releasing energies that no longer serve you. You might even do some home cleaning and clearing, taking out the things that you don't use anymore. This is also a great time to meditate or spend some time in focusing on the return of light within your own heart. What inner illumination is being reborn? Recognizing where you've been in 2025 and where you're going in 2026. And if you don't yet know exactly where you're going, celebrating the light and trusting that the light will illuminate that path for you. This is also a great time to gather in community. Solstice is a time for celebration, for music, for shared gratitude. Now, the planetary influences throughout December 2025, Saturn in Pisces teaches us emotional maturity and spiritual discipline. Boundaries and faith become really part of us. Neptune in Pisces that heightens our intuition and dream work. It's ideal for spiritual vision, but be aware that it has this potential for veil and mysticism, so that allows for a little bit of escapism. I ask you to be grounded and stand in your truth in this. Pluto, sitting at 29 degrees Capricorn, collective transformation, reaches its climax before Pluto enters Aquarius in 2026. And Jupiter in Cancer, that expands themes around home, family, emotional security, and healing those heart wounds. That is part of our end of the year, is like, what are the wounds that need to be just acknowledged as an experience, but they are now healed? And lastly, Mars in Leo, this restores our courage. The lion passion returns with creativity and leadership energy after a year of some very intense emotional energy transformation. So together, these alignments create this month of sacred integration. It's a time to collect our wisdom, nurture our light, and prepare our souls for the dawn of our new cycle. It has not been an easy year. It has been a year of constant change, and I have clients each day saying, when is it going to end? I feel like the rug is being pulled out from underneath me. I feel just as I'm getting down a path, there's another change happening. This is the intensity of a 9-year of saying you've had 9 years to clear some of this away, and if you haven't, we're going to make sure it's cleared away now. So now let's jump in and see how each zodiac sign may experience the energies of December of 2025. Let's start with Aries. So the full moon activates your communication zone, Aries. Projects are completed, messages land how they're supposed to land, and truths definitely emerge. Now the new moon and the solstice really are going to ignite expansion for you. That could be in the areas of education, travel, teaching, just exploring, because I think you've been nose down to the grindstone working, and this is going to be a time that is pushing you to look up and look out of what's ahead. Now your soul work is about speaking your vision boldly. Your mantra is, my voice is a spark of divine truth. And Taurus, finances and values come into focus. The Gemini full moon will illuminate resources and where you have areas of security or where you feel you need to shore that up a little bit. The solstice grounds your future goals. Now your soul work is about redefining your worth beyond money. You've got that. You can focus there, but this is about what's beyond the financial aspects or parts of your home or your life. Your mantra is, I am rooted in abundance and peace. And Gemini, your personal full moon spotlights identity and self-expression. Relationships mirror how much you've grown. The soul work is about balancing mind and heart in alignment. Not one is better or stronger than the other, but it's both equally working together. And your mantra is, my words carry light and clarity. And Cancer, Jupiter is in your sign, and that brings renewal and emotional abundance. The new moon energizes well-being and pushes you to change your daily rituals or daily practices. Your soul work is about honoring your body. This is your temple with your spirit. It carries you through this lifetime. Your mantra is, I nurture the light that nurtures all. And Leo, Mars is in your sign, and that reignites your creative flame. The Sagittarius new moon sparks passion and joy. And the soul work is about creating without fear of judgment. This is about being yourself, letting the world see the passion that's under that protected shield. Your mantra is, I shine because I am born of light. And Virgo, the full moon highlights career and public presence, while the solstice calls you home to simplicity and quietness. Your soul work is about redefining success through service. Your mantra is, I align my work with divine order. And Libra, communication and education themes flourish for you this month. The solstice grounds you in self-care and home, and your soul work is about restoration, balance through truth and beauty. And your mantra is, my heart is the bridge to harmony. Libra, you like to be in balance. So this is going to be right up what you do so naturally. And Scorpio, the full moon illuminates shared resources and trust. The solstice brings clarity to plans and partnerships, and it might even bring in some new plans and new partnerships. Your soul work is about releasing control and welcoming support and help from others. And your mantra is, I transform fear into faith. And Sagittarius, your annual new moon is about rebirth, vision, and purpose aligned with destiny. Your soul work is dream beyond the known, and your mantra is, my faith lights the way forward. And Capricorn, the solstice literally crowns you. It's your season of authority and manifestation. Recognize the light that you are and celebrate that. Your soul work is rest before rising, and your mantra is, in stillness, I hear my soul's command. And Aquarius, friendships and collaboration expand. This is a social time for you. The full moon inspires creativity and, of course, joy for you. Your soul work is sharing your light with the collective, and your mantra is, I am a conduit of innovation and hope. And Pisces, you will feel a career and your calling realign with your spiritual purpose. Saturn and Neptune guide you to balance service and self-care. Take those breaks. Take those inner nudgings that you're getting and act upon them. Your soul work is trusting your inner knowing. And your mantra is, my dreams manifest through divine timing. Now remember, as we wind down the end of the year, December is a sacred bridge from the past, not just the past year, but the past 9 years. It's a bridge to 2026, the next 9 years. This month completes that 9-year cycle that began in 2017. And I always say it's nice to look back, like, what was life like when you stepped into 2017? Everything that you've learned, everything that you've released becomes now integrated into wholeness. It is complete. It is done. It is allowing you to move forward. So as the universal 1 year of 2026 dawns, the cosmos invites you to create with fresh vision, courage, and heart. It's not to walk into 2026 and have fears about what else is going to happen. A continuation from 2025. This is a year to celebrate the newness of all, going from 9 to 1, a cycle ending. And the universe always gives us new things to fill in when a cycle ends, because the soul awakens to a higher level. All the trauma, all the work, all the challenges, all the things that you have been through in the last 9 years are complete. And now it's time to look at the wisdom. The universe bows in recognition of your journey and then hands you this torch of creation. It's a flame to carry into the new world being born. And this torch is representative as we go into the last few days of December with the solstice right into January. I leave you today with a closing blessing, because it's a reminder of the light that we are within, that never fades, never dims, never goes out. It is always there. Our beings that are beyond us see us as light. I see energy and I see humans as light. And so this closing blessing is about our light and the light returning. I honor the endings that have shaped me and the beginnings that await. I walk in gratitude for every lesson, every tear, and also every triumph I've experienced. I am the bridge between worlds, carrying wisdom from the old in my life and the hope from this place now into the new. May my light return brighter than ever, guiding me and all beings towards peace, towards purpose, and radiant love. Remembering you are the light. You are the bridge between the past and the future. You are the wisdom, and honoring how you have journeyed through the last 9 years, and that your light has never gone out, but it certainly is growing brighter, and you are becoming more radiant. I am Lori Wondra of Your Life Core, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to her monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.